Good morning, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
We are live from Vezelay, and we are behind the Basilica of Marie Madeleine, Mary Magdalene. And as you can see, it's a gorgeous day.
Stunning.
It's stunning. Maybe I can show you where we are just quickly before we want to share with you what's happening today. You see in the back, all the way in the back there's the Basilica. And we are here on this wonderful plateau with the chestnut trees and all kinds of beautiful old trees. And all the way here in the back, you see the beautiful landscape of Vezelay, Avalon, Saint-Père. It's all there. So we just want to share this gorgeous sun with you. But that's not the only reason why we go live today. So I'm going to sit down again next to Anna.
Yeah.
And we felt to be with you this morning because there are so many things going on in the fields. We were witnessing the things that are going on in the Ukraine, the world scenarios, the world narrative. And we just felt this big call for reminding so many things. And one of the things that came through was the reminder of staying as close as possible to our hearts. And we would like to be also a little bit in silence with you as we are here anchoring the energy in this incredible portal of love. Because we feel from a spiritual perspective that when these timelines are changing, we have to stay really close into our own narrative, into our own heart, our own truth, what is inside of us, and not being played out in a way by the narratives that others are putting up on us. Even though they seem really realistic and real in a specific timeline.
And they are.
And they are. But
For some.
Yeah, it is. But when we are in our heart, in our own narrative, where everything is in harmony and balance, we know how, with all of our ascension that is happening, how strong we are in creating reality. So it is so important that we stay in this space of harmony, observing, sending out our highest dreams for the world of peace all together. And there's many initiatives going on. There's meditations we've seen. And as within this group, we are feeling Mary Magdalene so close to us on this hill, being with us, supporting us, empowering us to bring the best out of our system that has been totally prepared to do this. Because,
We should talk a little bit about the fact that we have been working with Lord Melchizedek in the past week. We found out something really interesting, that Lord Melchizedek is actually the founder of the House of David. It was he that brought in this line of David and the line of Solomon. And in the Melchizedek line, we are taught that we create our reality within a sphere. It's called the Leonardo sphere. So if you can imagine, I think it's a Leonardo da Vinci, Leonardo painting.
Painting, yeah.
That most people will know. It's used as kind of an example of proportionality of the human being. It has a circle around the human being, and this is called the Leonardo sphere. So if we can imagine ourselves as a human being within this sphere that surrounds us, what is taught within this line is that the only real reality for any one of us is the reality we project onto the screen of this Leonardo sphere. So we can imagine that this sphere is actually like a screen, like we are the projectors, the camera that is projecting reality outside onto the screen. And of course, this screen is a 360-degree screen. And the quality of the projection comes from the quality or the level of consciousness. And everything that is outside of that screen is actually illusion. So when we start to remind ourselves of that, then we start to understand that the only reality is the one that we are creating from within. It's a really big reminder, and it's an initiation, great initiation for us all, with all of these stories that are happening in the outer world that can be horrendous stories, very aggressive stories, painful stories, so much suffering. We are reminded over and over and over again to bring our power back within ourselves and to listen to the story that is within our hearts and the narrative that is in our hearts, because we are creators. Each and every one of us is a creator.
And I'm reminded, Anna, that we had a question last week from someone who said, all the work we're doing, all the light work we're doing, how can this have an impact on, for example, at that moment, an upcoming war scenario, or anything that is not bringing life and deep peace to this earth plane? And this is exactly what it is that we're doing. We're creating within this Leonardo sphere so much frequency of pure creation of source through all the inner work we're doing, through all the practice we've been doing. And I feel this is an excellent opportunity now for all of us to bring to practice what we have been training for ages in this lifetime and for many lifetimes, because we all know how this works. So we were guided this morning through the Solomon line, actually, which is deeply connected to Mary Magdalene, Jeshua, and our school and us, among many other lineages, but this one is very present. And we were asked to go deep inside of our hearts and connect to our pineal glands. And something specific opened up, and I would like to do that actually right now for a moment. Shall we do that all together?
Sure.
Yeah? So if you're there and you have the possibility to be with us in this sphere of meditation, or maybe later, we invite you to be with us for just a couple of minutes, so we can connect from this space that's overlit by Mary Magdalene, Jeshua, and all the lineages that are connected to the way of love on earth, all the kingdoms. And just take a moment to be with us together in this circle of presence. And go deep inside of our hearts. This beautiful place where our soul resides, where we remember what it is that we came to do in times that are presenting itself now. And as we do so, we feel that the love field is becoming so conscious in our center, and it's amplifying, and it's amplifying also by the presence of Mary Magdalene. She's with all of us, supporting our field, to encourage us to let go of any fear. Just take it out. It is an artificial imprint that has been given, not by the life-given forces. So just let it go and connect to your true self again. Whatever is there on the outside, truth is inside of us, not outside. So just stay there, and from there, envision that there is this incredible lotus flower wanted to grow through our hearts, moving to the light up in our body. And we see the young lotus flower still closed, moving all the way up towards our pineal glands. And you feel the potential there of the opening of so much beauty, yet it's still closed, and it's arriving, this flower in potential is arriving on the place which we know as our third eye, the pineal glands. So this beautiful lotus flower is rooted in our hearts, has grown all the way up to arrive at our pineal gland, and we see that our pineal gland is on the inside of this flower to be. And we connect to our pineal gland as this incredible stargate, a stargate through which we can be anything, go anywhere. It's part of our multidimensional system. It's so strong. And as we connect to this pineal gland in the center of our skull, we feel that bit by bit, within this circle of oneness and unity, the flower is opening at its own pace. So just feel inside of you this beautiful lotus flower opening inside of your skull, almost like a satellite saucer. And in the center of the lotus flower there's this incredible light, this source light, this receiver, this transmitter within the leaves of the flower that's holding it with so much love. And you might notice there are like dancing fairies around this flower, bringing their love, their joy, their dances all around this lotus flower. And we're opening up and we realize that this light beam in the center is there to project our highest wishes, our highest dreams for Gaia, Earth, humanity, and all of life. So I ask you to let your deepest dream rise from your hearts through the lotus all the way up into the flower inside of us, and let this image be beamed on the screen of our inner Leonardo sphere. And as you bring all your deepest dreams there, and it can be anything, so just bring in as it arises for the highest good and project it inside of you on this screen and watch the beauty of this scenery. Just let it evolve in the way that you want it to evolve. And see how it radiates, how there's so much light in there, in that scenery from inside out, because it comes from a place of harmony and truth. And we feel the connection with all of us participating, all having our own Leonardo sphere, and how it's blending together in one universal screen for new creation. And we witness thousands and thousands of angels around it to support it, to amplify the fields. There are many ascended masters participating in this work and the work we are doing every day, because they know we are all united and they are of service to us to make it happen. So as this universal new movie screen almost is becoming brighter and brighter and more specific and uniting, We see ourselves in the center of this. We see ourselves in the center of this new creation. And we connect to a center flame. There is a flame of peace in this scenery that is lit up for all of humanity to remember all of us of our state of truth, which is peace and nothing else. All the rest is artificial. We connect to the flame of peace. And we invite all the human beings around the globe that are in need of this essence of peace now. We invite them into this circle, into this flame of peace, so they remember the spark of truth in themselves. So their lotus will open up like ours. Each and everyone in their own pace, knowing that each and every one of us on earth has the right to be sovereign, has the right to create peace, has the right to live in harmony, in paradise. So if you feel you want to tend a little longer to the flame, this flame of peace, please do so. We'll be going inside of the basilica to light a candle in this center where Mary Magdalene is so palpable. And she reminds us that she's with each and every one of us always, wherever we are on earth. And we feel the network of love between our hearts, which is the strongest force on earth. There's no force stronger than this force. So stay in that and bring this truth also to our children on the earth. We are on the way to enlightenment for all. Remember that. We love you. We thank you for being with us. And we'll be in connection. Thank you so much.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Have a beautiful day.
Have a beautiful day.